What's up, guys? Sam from Rad Junk here, and we're in the car about to go get an arcade game. So we drove all the way, we're a little bit north of Atlanta, so we drove about 7 hours, and this game is really, really special. This is a Grail of Joe's, and it's got a really cool story. So I'll tell you guys all about that. We're going to go get it right now.
Also, shout out to Boarding Pass Coffee for having the best latte in the Alpharetta area, and also Hatch Chili Burritos.
Yes. Yeah, this place is super cool. If you're in Alpharetta, the whole place is themed like an airplane. So check that out.
Let's go get an arcade cabinet.
Let's go. All right, so we're here to get the cabinet. Joe's inside kind of scoping it out, and then we will get this thing and show you guys what we're picking up. You excited? You don't look very excited. Say woo! All right, so before we grab the arcade game, he's got a game room full of retro stuff and told me that I could film. So I'm gonna come in here and show you guys all of his cool stuff, because he's got a lot of cool stuff. You know, keeping it retro. Got a VCR and some tapes. This phone is cool. And, you know, Blockbuster Christmas Story. Yeah, buddy. The only Christmas movie that matters. Got a custom NES here. This is really cool, actually. Ooh. Neato. Got some Sega stuff. Tower of Power here. Well, almost. Let's see. Oh, Pogs. Yeah. Night Trap. Some Fallout stuff. We're a Fallout fan, clearly. Pip-Boy. Very cool. All right, let's see. Ooh, this little IBM robot. That's super neat. We got some Sega stuff. Oh, we got some old cameras here, too. I don't know if Joe saw those. Film. You know, back in the day, had to put film in the cameras for you youths watching. Okay, we got a pretty good Sega collection. Very neat. Mortal Kombat. Nintendo stuff. Oh, we got a box. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Road Rash, Smash, Zelda. He's got like pretty much all the best 64 stuff. Well, a little custom here. Like it. Dreamcast. Ooh, let's see what Dreamcast games he's got. Let's see. Gauntlet, House of the Dead 2, Mortal Kombat Gold. Let's see what's back here. God, Speed Devil, Soul Calibur, Sonic Adventure, Shenmue. Let's see what else is back here. Tony Hawk, Worms, Wacky Races. Solid. Got some more 64 stuff. These drawers are always really cool. I always get excited when I get these in the shop. Oh, more 64 stuff. I missed it. Mario, 007. What is this? Leather Goddess of Phobos. 3D Scratch and Sniff? What is that? Oh, it's for the Commodore. That is weird and neat. Toe Jam and Earl. We got some more Fallout stuff. I didn't even see this vinyl back here. He's also got a really stacked vinyl shelf, which I'll probably show you guys those too, because I was impressed. Virtual Boy. Oh, the most important Atari game. Got E.T. It's the value in this room. There it is. Got Rob. More Fallout stuff. Ooh, all right. Let's see what the PS1 collection is. Let's see. Got Hercules. That's actually kind of a hard one to find. That camera is just wanting to do what it does. All right. Let's see. Hoshigami, Dragoon. Ooh, buddy. Tony Hawk fan here. Me too. Let's see. Oh, I got some good PS1 stuff. More Fallout. Clearly we are Fallout fans here. And then we got the handhelds. Yeah, buddy. What is this pocket PC? What is that? That's neat. Alright, we got a couple of SPs, a couple of Game Sharks. Ooh, Pokemon on GBA. That's neat. Good GB Game Boy stuff. My camera is not wanting to do what it's supposed to do in here, so these camera angles are going to be a little bit sketchy, and I'm sorry in advance. Look, we got Saturn, got some Saturn games, Knights, gotta have that one. Oh, got Master System, Television Super Pro System, that's pretty cool. Atari 7800, Atari, video pinball, more Fallout. This chainsaw is really cool. Alright, we got some Atari games. Some more Atari. Got a bunch of NES stuff. Good stuff here. Bubble Bobble, Adventure Island. Captain Skyhawk, Joe's favorite. #1 game in here. Yeah, got a good NES collection. Ooh, got some boxed Atari stuff. I'm kind of just filming this as I'm looking, so getting the genuine reaction here. Let's see, we got some CIBs, a box for that Virtual Boy, and then we got a couple of cabinets here full of stuff too. So got some PS3 and some PS2. Some Xboxes. Ooh, Super Nintendo, Super Advantage, which, I don't know. I always just am happy when I see these because they're so oddball and, like, you see them a lot less than the NES Advantages. But, yeah, we got some Nintendo stuff. GameCube, Wavebirds. We got the PlayStation shelf here. Is it backwards compatible? Ooh, it is! Nice, you got the good PS3. Let's see what we got. The modern games. More modern. Let's see these. Let's see what Wii games you got. Some pretty good ones. Mario Galaxy 2. That's the winner here. And then we got PS4, PS5. Ooh, Fortnite controllers. Really cool. Also, we got that anniversary PS5 controller. Alright, then we got a stacked Super Nintendo collection. Look at all these. So many games here. Lawnmower Man. I weirdly actually like this game. Camera's just not wanting to do what it's supposed to do. Donkey Kong Country, the best game here. Some Mario's. Good stuff here. Turtles in Time. Shaq Fu, the greatest fighting game to ever be made. Ooh, the Sunset Riders. That's a good one. Bart's Nightmare, which we actually brought this one as an offering. You got Mario RPG in the Junior. Cool. Oh. One more thing. It's on the bed in here. Got this Super Mario 3 on the GBA poster. Looks like it's, getting ready to be hung on the wall, but that's super cool because it's, it's the Game Boy Advance version, so it's from back in the day, so that's pretty cool. Cool game room. Good stuff in here. Okay, it's not video games, but I want to give a quick show of the record room because I'm just impressed by the sheer amount of it. Also got some cool like vintage car posters and stuff in here too. Got some 8 tracks on the wall. And then look, there's so many. And he just showed me this one. He's got like, you know, a little bit of everything in here, but the most important here. Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, buddy. I'm not gonna go through and touch all of his stuff, but this is an impressive amount of records. Got some really cool posters in here too. This is Dawn of the Dead. He was telling me that I guess it's super rare because they ended up having to change like the red on there to yellow because it was too scary. And it is stupid rare. He found it at a Goodwill. We got Army of Darkness. Yeah, this is signed. Another Army of Darkness. With a Buffalo Run. Some car stuff. A few more video games down here. Super Nintendo. Some 64 stuff. Got some stuff down here. Video games everywhere. All right, so we're here. We missed, you know, I didn't film most of the hard parts of trying to get this machine down these stairs. You know, we're sweating. I'm not. I didn't do it. Tight in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a journey. Look at that. Look at that. We're right.
It's all right, we'll get around.
But this is the cabinet that we drove 7 hours to come get. It's one that Joe has always wanted.
The coolest part is, if you look at these stickers, look at where it came from. So these are tax stamps from Okaloosa County in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So it's going back home to Rad Bar in Fort Walton Beach. And I'm pretty sure this either came out of Aladdin's Castle or it came out of like Jimmy's, right? Which was across the street. I would imagine it was one of those arcades, which means I definitely played this when I was younger. And I'm sure my friend Nikki Nooch also played it. This is Sean. Sean, how'd you get this thing?
About 16 years ago, I saw this thing online, and me and my friends kind of made a impromptu beach trip, bombed the 7 hours y'all just drove up to come pick it up, and it's resided in my house for 16 years, and every party I had, it's been abused.
That's so cool.
The first thing I did was had to see how much money it ate when I bought it, and you're spending $30+ to try to beat this game as a kid, which no one did.
Yeah, none of us had $30 as kids, and if we did, we were spending on dumb stuff. So yeah.
Rad Bar is such a deal at $10.
But yeah, we're gonna load this thing up and get it home. And Sean, we appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Sean.
Guys.
Yeah, of course.
Ready to go home? So we're not only walking away with an arcade cabinet, but we got some trades too. Look at these. We're coming home with a whole bunch of games. So we've got a PlayStation bag with PlayStation in it and other stuff. We got a Genesis, Super Nintendo. We got some pretty good Super Nintendo games. Got some Zelders, Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, Street Fighter. We got some PlayStation games, Need for Speed, Tony Hawk's. Ooh, more Need for Speed. Got a couple of Mario Karts. Got some 64 games. These are all good. This is all good shop stock. We got a box 64 console. Some Sonic. Got a couple of PSP games. Let's see. One more Need for Speed. Stack of Atari games. Some more Atari games. Let's see. We got some more Sonic. Some NES stuff. Let's see. Tag Team Racing, Tecmo Bowl, some Mario Duck Hunt, Bionic Commando. And then we also got this cool, there's another Genesis. Got this cool like NES case. It's you know, like a leather. It's a little dirty, but we can clean her up. And then she's full of NES games too. So
That's kind of how I bought a Wii U.
so we're walking away pretty good here. Got a lot of cool stuff that we're bringing home. All right, so we're loaded up, leaving Sean's house, and he gifted us with what he says is the worst album. Joke's on you, Sean. Freaking love Eddie Murphy. So we're back at the bar. We've got Simpsons in the door. We unloaded it on Saturday night. It was pretty busy, so we just didn't bother filming it, and we were tired. But yeah, she's here in all of her glory. But we have a problem. So we're a free play arcade, right? We charge $10 at the door, no quarters or tokens. And Simpsons, unfortunately, does not have a free play mode. And the character that you choose is dependent on where you put the coin in. So Joe is trying to figure out the best way to make this a free play.
Yeah, so like Sam said, the only Konami game that we can figure out that is 4-player, like as far as the software option, is Sunset Riders, right?
Yeah.
Unless we modified that one. No, I don't think Turtles does either. But if you look down here, I can show you the coin mechanisms. So look at this one first. So this is the standard one. This is just how it's set up. You drop your coin in here. And then basically it triggers the switch down here that tells the game that you put money in so you can play. So what I'm going to do is I was going to either laser cut some Lexan inserts to go up here with some buttons because your character is predicated on your coin drop. So what I decided to do instead to keep the original look is I dismantled the coin mechanisms on this side and took these out. And then I saw that down here, this one's notched, or keyed rather. And so what I did is, this is the outer part of the coin return, like you can see right here. And then this fits in here like that, inside the notches. So I took an old Starbucks gift card and I made a template so that the keyed parts line up with this. So I can put this in the front of the coin door, this in the back, and then we can take a 30 mil arcade button and thread it through here, like that.
That's a good solution.
And then what we can do is put the locking ring on the back, so that way it holds it in place, and then when you hit the button, it takes the coin drop, or simulates the coin drop rather. And what I'll do is, after I test this one out to make sure everything's good, I'll probably draw it up in CAD of some sort and just 3D print some inserts, and that way we have a bunch of them for coin doors in the future.
All right, so once we get that done, Simpsons is going to go in the place of Sunset Riders, which, great game, super underrated. It doesn't get nearly as much play as it deserves, so, you know, they're the exact same cabinet, this big old 4-player Konami cabinet, so Simpsons is going to go in and Sunset Riders is going to come out. All right, so we've got the machine on, you know, it works. We're trying to adjust colors and brightness and everything before we get it put out. And then, you know, we just got to finish replacing the things for the buttons so we can have free play. Joe's test worked, so yay, good job, Joe. Woo! And yeah, so we need to put a new light bulb in the marquee, clean her up a little bit, and, you know, get those buttons done. She'll be ready to go in a couple days. And that's it. That's our arcade journey. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like, leave a comment, tell me what your favorite arcade game is, subscribe, and stay red.